All right, guys, can you guys just let me know when you guys can hear me? Okay. I'm trying to, sorry I'm late too, by the way, guys. Normally I'm not late. Normally I'm on time. I start early usually, but time got the best of me today. So I'm all over the place with trying to set up everything that I want to share with you guys. So just let me know once you guys can hear me. Okay, let me lower my volume here. I'm going to wait for chat to pop up on my end. And this is the thing about StreamYard. It takes a good minute for it to like pop up. So let me just see. Okay, I see Valerie now. I see you guys now. Okay, there's chat. Hi, guys. Hey, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Crazy Crime Chick. Today, we're going to be talking about some subjects that might be trigger warning for you guys, just to let you guys know in advance. So, obviously, we're going to be going over Gabby Petito's autopsy, and we're going to be talking about topics like strangulation, domestic violence, and all that stuff. So, if that's triggering for you, then I would not recommend watching this live. But one big hello. Hey, Nicole. Hey, everybody coming into chat. First, hi to my mods. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today? Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, Kim. Hi, Kiki. I always feel like I'm so loud, and I probably come off as like kind of loud. How you guys doing? How are you guys all doing today? Hey, Jen. How are you, beautiful? Valerie, I'm glad to see you. John, I'm glad you're here. Let's see. I love the sweatshirt. Yeah, this one's actually custom made. It's, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's like, my boob's all right there. It's like a crop top one. I was going to show you. It's like, and I like it. And my boyfriend I got the crop top at Target. It was like, I don't know, 18 bucks, I think. And then I have a bunch of patterns at home. So he made it for me. So I love it. Hey, Deco, how are you? I'm doing okay, just having a big headache. Oh no, why do you have a headache? Oh, so I was home from school. Oh, I'm sorry you have a headache. Have you taken anything for it? I'm doing pretty good today, you guys. I'm doing really good today. I've been struggling, I will be honest, before we get started. You can see I pinned in my chat. You guys know I'm a breast cancer survivor. It's October, it's Awareness Month. And October, honestly, you guys, I'm just going to let you know, it's a really bad time for me mentally, physically. I'm just all over the place with my emotions. I don't want to get out of bed. I cry a lot. October is definitely one of my worst months. So if you see me not being myself, or if I don't do a lot of lives, I'm just at a bad place mentally in October. Let Halloween come around and I'm back to my normal self. But I just hate seeing all the, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's hard. Anyways, please, when this video is done, click the link that I did post on, I have pinned. It is just to spread awareness of breast cancer and the signs of it. A lot of people think, you know, when it comes to breast cancer, oh, you'll feel a lump. That's not the case always. It wasn't the case for me. So just make sure you guys know your body, the signs, and all that stuff. So please take care of yourself. Hey, BG. I'm always so careful when I say his name because last time I called him a BJ. I was like, hey, BJ. And I was like, oh, God, that's not his name. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. All right. So today we're going to be watching Gabby's, the briefing they did yesterday. And actually, we did learn yesterday that cause of death was strangulation. I kind of feel like some people expected that. I honestly, I thought it could have went two different ways. I thought either strangulation, or I thought possibly she would have some blunt force trauma to the head. Because I was actually thinking, this was my thing, I was thinking that possibly they got in an argument. He pushed her, she hit her head. That's what I was kind of leaning towards. But now learning strangulation, my mind is like, whoa, this is just completely different. So, and I know if you guys are coming from the Chris Watts case, thank you, Scott B. I appreciate that. I definitely do need prayers right now. So if you guys that believe in prayers, I 100% can use that right now. So I do appreciate that. But I lost my train of thought. This is what happens here, guys. CC October is directly to a past loss of trauma or seasonal depression. I'm in treatment and connection in my brain helped tremendously. I appreciate that. I actually have never actually seeked any help or talked to anyone about, my trauma I've been through. So definitely with the cancer, people recommend that for me because I definitely know I struggle with things. For one, I cannot wear a white bra ever because, yeah, I can't. So definitely I do need to get that all checked out. So thank you guys. But going back to Gabby's, what was I saying? Someone help me. Yeah, Nicole, her stomach was sick when she heard what he did. Oh, I remember what I was saying. You were thinking OD? Really? Interesting, Chloe. Hey, Delana, how are you? As soon as I heard about this case, so did I. Okay, Demon. It's Demon, right? I personally thought the same thing. I immediately thought of Shanann Watts, and it made me really sad. I'm gonna tell you guys, the Chris Watts case is a case that probably, if I think of any case that it took over my life for 2.5 years. When I say take over my life, I mean morning, noon, night, ridiculously. I think I had a problem, to be honest with you. I was so, and I'm going to use the word obsessed, and people get upset when I say that, but it's seriously, I just couldn't get enough of that case. I wanted to understand the whys behind all of it. And I think with a lot of things with these cases, we want to know the whys, and that's the one answer we hardly ever get. So, but I did think of Shanann Watts because, how she passed. And I, for one, think Chris did it. I am not one that thinks he didn't do it. But going back and looking up things, about strangulation, there's something I did want to read to you guys before we get started. And this is actually from the domesticshelters.org. It says strangulations can leave long-lasting injuries. One of the most lethal abuser tactic explained. Now it says the power of controlling a victim next breath makes strangulation a frequent tactic for abusers. It can take less than 10 seconds for a person to lose consciousness as a result of strangulation, and death can occur in just under 5 minutes. So I thought that was important to say because, with Shanann Watts, she showed no signs of defensive wounds. Chris Watts had not one mark on him. I think he had like a little mark on his neck, which some people think was a mosquito bite. To me, I don't think that would have been from Shanann. If anything, I thought that looked like a child scratch, my opinion. But it can take less than 10 seconds for them to lose consciousness. So going into Gabby's case, that could have happened with her. So again, it can take anywhere between 4 to 5 minutes, depending on weight and stuff like that. But that's a long time, you guys. So whoever did this to Gabby, they intended to take her life. No way of going around that. I'm sorry. Yeah, Chloe, I don't think we're ever going to find out the truth, unfortunately. I also posted yesterday on the community page, do you guys even think he will be caught? Do you think he will ever be? I think eventually he is, because we live in a world where, how can he? He can hide for a while, but eventually he's going to come out of hiding. Eventually, he has to, right? And someone's going to see him. I just hope it's sooner than later. Again, he hasn't been charged for Gabby's murder, but he is a person of interest. So far, what we know, he is the last person who has seen her, was around her, right? So he has definitely a lot of questions to answer. My personal opinion, I am one that thinks he is responsible for what happened to Gabby, but again, that's just my opinion. I think he will be caught. I'm scared he's going to get off on reasonable doubt. You think he's going to see? Here's the thing. I think when he is caught, I think he might try to do like suicide by cop or something. I just do not see him wanting to put himself in a jail. I picture him not wanting to be in the, he seems like he enjoys outdoors. He enjoys all of that. And for him to be mentally in a box room, I think that, and I want to see that. I do. I want to, I think Gabby's parent, one of them said that him being in a cell is punishment enough right there, because he is somebody who likes the outdoors. You take that from him, he's going to go crazy. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Hey, Pink Delilah, how are you, love? Hi, love, how are you doing today? Hope are getting straightened out of your channel. No, not yet. Still waiting to hear what's going on with the channel. So nothing so far. I wonder if I'll even hear anything back from them. They didn't say when I would, but no emails yet from them. But if anything, on the 29th, I'll reapply for it. So I don't know. It is what it is. But thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Hey, Sweet Pea, how are you, love? He definitely needs to be held accountable for his actions. Definitely. I have a question for you guys. Put a 1 if you think, again, Brian Laundrie is only a person of interest. He is not a suspect so far, which, but put a 1 if you think Brian Laundrie is responsible for what has happened to Gabby. Put a 2 if you don't, and a 3 if you just don't know. I want to see where you guys are at. Hey, Amber, I see somebody saying hi, Amber, so I'm just saying hi to Amber. Amber goes live so early for me. For my time, Amber, girl, it's 5 a.m. I'm sleeping. Okay, 1. Hi, Carly. I didn't see you in here. How are you, beautiful? Covert Crime is one of my favorite names I see all the time. I love that name. Good name. Candy Best says a 1. I know Gabby fought back. Susie, we're going to go into that too, because that's definitely one of the questions I immediately went to when I learned she was strangled. I thought, wow, because again, going back to the Chris Watts case, I looked up a lot of stuff with strangulation because of Shanann Watts, and I thought 4 to 5 minutes, that's a long time. And again, I know a person can pass out. I think it says 10 seconds here, but I've also heard and read from other places it could be 10 to 15 seconds, depending, again, body weight and all that stuff. And I've also talked to many, many women who themselves have been in this situation. I've been in a domestic abuse relationship before when I was younger. I was never strangled, thank God, but I've spoken to a lot of women who have, and a lot of, and the ones I've spoke to, a lot of them did say that they remember it happening. Like they've seen who it was, like you knew it was happening, but they passed out so fast that they didn't even have a chance to fight back. So again, if it comes out, which I don't think we'll ever learn this information, but if it comes out, which I want to know, did she have DNA in her nails? Did she have defensive wounds? You know, I want to know too with Brian. When he came back on the 1st, I know we're not going to learn this from mom or dad because obviously they're not saying anything. You have the father mowing the lawn today. I'm sorry, but that made me laugh. He was so mad, just mowing the lawn. Anyways, we're not going to learn that. But I want to know, did he have any scratches? Did he have any scratches on his arms, on his face, anything? Because it's hard for me to, when we go back to August 12th, and I'm not looking at the chat really quick, you guys. When we go back to August 12th, it's August 12th, right? Where the altercation happened when the cops came, and then we seen the body cam. Correct me if I'm wrong with the date. Is it August 12th? No, I'm like, was it August 12th? I want to make sure I got the date right. Hold on, let me see. Let's see, August 12th, I think. His parents are too calm. Oh, definitely. His parents are extremely calm. Yes, thank you, Nicole. Okay. So when we look at that body cam video, clearly the relationship is, anyone who's been in that type of relationships, you know, all our red flags go crazy, right? All of our, you know, it just goes nuts. You look at both of them. Gabby has, you know, she's saying that, you know, the mark on her face from his nails. He had marks on his face, the scratches. I think I have a good picture of it too. And he had some marks on his arm, I believe. So August 12th, it got physical. It's hard for me to imagine that if, again, I need to say if it was Brian who did this, who strangled Gabby, it's hard for me to imagine that she did not fight back during that time. It really is. So again, that's what I want. And they asked that question. to, what was his name, Brent Blue. They asked him if about the DNA and stuff like that, but again, he didn't answer any of that. So that is definitely something I wondered, did she have? Because for me, I'm sorry, if DNA is in her nails, to me, that links him. Because I was watching one of, I posted on my community yesterday. They were talking to, I don't know if that was a medical examiner or who it was, but he was saying usually if it's not like a passing DNA, like, sharing something. No, when it's inside of the nails, that's linking. That's not something that you get from your boyfriend when it's deep in the nails like that. That's somebody fighting back. So again, if his DNA is in the nails, for me, you guys, that's definitely a link right there. I'm sorry, I'm just saying it now. Amber, were you here earlier or no? I seen someone saying, hi, Amber, Truth Seeker. How long did Chloe says I do? Oops, wrong question. Hold on, guys. I don't care about how she died. I just want to know how long did they stay away from each other when the cops separated them. I wonder if they even separated that whole night. I mean, if he left the hotel, I wonder if he left the hotel that night. Did she show up at the hotel? Did she call him? Did he call her? That's a good question too. Are you thinking that because of a different case, or you're just wondering that? My mind went to a different case, and that's why I was wondering. Hey, Kay Ray. I still believe that she does have blunt force trauma, all things that would not. Kay, let me read the rest of this. So, also with strangulation, what also from this article, not this article, this domesticshelter.org, right here, it says, according to the Training Institute of Strangulation Prevention, nearly 4 in 5 victims of strangulation are strangled manually with hands, and almost all, or 97% of strangulation attempts, also involve blunt force trauma. So I understand kind of why you're saying you kind of wonder, you still think blunt force trauma is involved in this. Again, they really didn't give us much information, which I understand, because whoever did this to Gabby is out there. The killer is out there. So they're not going to want to put too much information out. Some of the questions that were asked to Brent Blue, I thought were like, okay, why would he know that? So I don't know. Did you see bruising? I'm so cold. Sky, go get a blanket. Yes, I'm a survivor too. Gabby was a total panic mode. Wish he stayed away. Yeah, I wish they would have arrested one of them. I don't even care at that point, because I feel like if one of them would have been in custody, things could have been so much different. We probably wouldn't be talking about this right now. Oh, that's right. That's right. The next day, the 13th, they had court, and the judge may have ordered them to stay apart for another week, which explains why Brian went home for a week. Did they actually have court, or he just had to file something? What was it? What was the details behind all that? Because remember, the officers were being really lenient with him, really like little chummy with him, right? Even if he threw her to the ground, choked her, could have blunt force trauma. So sad. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So I see a lot of you put a 1. You believe that Brian is responsible for what has happened to Gabby. Covert says, yes, I'm a DVD survivor, and I've seen flags all over that body footage. Yep. All right, let me see. So again, we learned, so today basically live is just going to be, I wanted to go live and discuss this with you because, one, obviously we got an estimate time of death, and we'll go over that discussion. And then we got the cause of death, which is strangulation. And I know a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, this, when I learned strangulation, it just really took my mind somewhere else. Cause I thought possibly, I just thought maybe an argument happened, on the 27th, they're seeing where at that Piglet restaurant, that Mexican restaurant in Jackson, Wyoming, right? And it said that they were, he was arguing with one of the waiters, possibly over the bill. She was upset, crying, apologizing for him, which is so heartbreaking to hear. So already on the 27th, Brian is in a mental state that's not good, right? And then we have later on from, where the van is seen from that YouTuber channel on the side, the van was parked on the side. And her body's found afterwards, shortly around there. And also on the 27th, she liked somebody that she followed on Instagram, their photo on the 27th. And I believe that is Gabby. I made a video about it, but I believe that was Gabby that liked that Instagram photo, because when I look at the patterns of that person she followed, when that person uploaded, Gabby liked it like clockwork. And she liked it on the 27th and days before that. And then that girl posted either on the 29th or 30th, and Gabby didn't like it. But the pattern before that, Gabby was liking her photo. So I believe that was Gabby that liked her photo on the 27th. I think, my personal opinion, I think what happened to Gabby happened on the 27th. I'm thinking it happened when the van was spotted on the side. I think it was going down then. That's my opinion, though. I think it did. Let me see. What a shitty thing to say at Chloe. Why? What happened? What did I miss? Okay, John. Did I miss something, guys? I don't know. I wasn't looking at chat. Demon, the only thing about the stand comment text for me that just doesn't sit right, I would lean towards that if that's something that Gabby knew or her family knew. Like if her mom would have said, she sent this text and that's a code word for us, but the mom not knowing that tells me that I don't think that's why she sent it. I don't think Gabby knew about that. I mean, honestly, did you guys know about? I didn't even know about that. I know Delana's in chat. She knew about it, but she has a household of, I believe her, she's from background family, someone in law enforcement, so she knew about that. But everybody I've talked to, a lot of people didn't even know what that meant. Do I think Gabby knew what that meant? I do not, because her mom didn't. Her dad didn't. And so I don't think there's anything behind that, meaning like she sent it to send help. I personally think that was Brian sending that text. I really, really do. I think that was Brian sending it. I don't know why, the whys behind it, but I do believe it was him. Yeah, Nicole, I didn't even know about that. I don't know if did you guys know what that meant? I think if you have someone in law enforcement, you as a family member, or you're yourself in law enforcement, you might know about that. But for most people, that when that came out, a lot of people I seen in comments were saying, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. I personally didn't know it either. I have other reasons why I don't believe she was sending Stan as code. As you know, I don't believe that. Yeah, Amber's like, gun ho, she does not believe it was the Eminem thing. I don't know if I believe in that. That was the reason, but I do think Brian sent it. But I don't think Gabby did at all. No way. That was sent when? On the 30th, was it? I believe Gabby was already, she's already, by even, the time of death was 3 to 4 weeks was given to us. Let me see, what did he say? 3 to 4 weeks was given to us. And obviously that couldn't have been the 4 weeks, right? And it's just an estimate. Couldn't have been the 4 weeks because, for one, her dad ordered a pizza for her. That would have took it to what, the 22nd of August. For one, her dad ordered pizza for her. And also her mom spoke with her. So obviously we know for sure it isn't that day, but it's an estimate, right? Now, 3 weeks would have put it at that 29th mark day. And based off of everything what we've seen from people coming forward, the van being spotted, the TikTok girl who picked him up on the hitchhike. Remember the one that he was trying to give her $200 or something like that. But all of that together, I think something either happened the evening of the 27th or the 28th, between those two. I think by the 29th, unfortunately, I personally, my opinion, again, he hasn't been charged with what's happened to Gabby, but I personally think he is responsible for it. But I think it was either the 27th or 28th. I lean more towards the evening of the 27th. I think when that YouTuber captures that van, there's that sandal on the floor that just doesn't sit right to me. I don't like the way, I don't know. There's just something about that whole scenery right there that just gives me creepy vibes from the very moment I seen it. I think something either happened. My opinion, I think it was going down in the van. I do. That's what I think. I lean towards that. Okay, so let me see. We're going to go ahead now and play let me take that off the screen. Let me move some stuff around, you guys. Hold on. I feel the 27th was a critical day in this and after the restaurant scene. Yeah, I do too, because again, at the restaurant, Brian's already all upset, and we're told it's because the witness says she believed it was something over the tab. She thought maybe possibly it was over their bill. She thought it might have been about money or something like that. But that, Brian was clearly upset going in and out of the restaurant, making a scene, right? And then she said Gabby was upset with crying, which is so heartbreaking. And then apologizing for Brian to, the workers there, which I just thought, when you're in that type of relationship, it's typical. The victim is usually apologizing for the abuser's actions. You do it all the time. Oh yes, and the van. Okay, so did you guys? I know Amanda did a video on it. I think she did a video or she did a live on it with the van door closing. Some people think it might be an illusion. I personally think the door is closing. I see the door closing. Some people think it's an illusion, but I think it's the door closing. And like I said, that sandal on the floor, it's something about that whole scene is just not right. Then we find out that, where she would be found is around the area, not across, but, around the area right there. And hey, Marissa, how are you? And not only that, it's just, I don't know, it just gives me the creepy vibes. I don't know if you did a live on it or a video, Amanda, with the door closing. I know I've seen it other places, but I know you also cover that. Valerie says the door is closing. I think it's closing too. I do not think it's an illusion. I'll do 99% because it's always the 1%. You could be wrong, but I do see that. That poor girl was really hard to watch. Yeah, she definitely was struggling in that body cam video. Extremely struggling. Not an illusion. A lot of you are saying no. At first, I thought it was an illusion, but after people stated the breakdown of the video, you can totally see the door. Yeah, I can see the door closing. At first, when I first watched it, I was like, huh? Then I was like, whoa. And when you first watch it, you don't see that, right? Because when I watched the first time the video, right, I didn't notice the door closing at all. So whoever captured that, good eye. Good eye. Yep, and the sandal. Some people say they see two sandals. I see one sandal right there. And another question that was asked to Brent Blue was she dragged? Like, was she moved? Like, did it happen there? Or was she placed there? And of course, he didn't want to answer. And speculating on my part, I do believe, my opinion is that possibly if it happened where the van would have been, inside the van, he would have dragged her to where she was, or did it happen literally right then and there? He didn't want to answer any of that. He didn't want to answer a lot of things, which I understand. The sandal photo messed me up big time. It felt like she was running. Yeah. That's why I think it happened around that time when that YouTuber captured the van. Door was closed. Susie says the door was closed. Fact, not. I agree. I think so too. All right, you guys. So let me go ahead and play. We're going to listen to this again, you guys. It's going to be some information about, not a lot of information is given to us, but I do just want to put a trigger warning out there because obviously we are talking about domestic violence. Also, if one of my mods can drop, you know, domestic violence hotline, all that stuff, please, if you're yourself in this relationship, please seek assistance. Please seek help, please. Hi, Amanda L. How are you? I still believe we eventually get to see Mary Piglet's video of Brian having the altercation. You think we'll actually get to see that? Well, the girl, let me go grab my note. Hold on, guys. Let me. The girl said, hold on, you're going to hear my door opening also. The girl said that it was between 1 and 2 p.m. she recalled the altercation. Hold on, let me get my notes. Okay. So for it's Mary Piglet Restaurant, and that was in Jackson, Wyoming. So the 27th, the witness said that it was between 1 and 2 p.m. that she remembers seeing them. Also, the restaurant did confirm per their social media that they were in fact there. So he was already in his mindset, angry, upset. Gabby was already crying and upset. And then later on, we have between Red, White, and Bethune. That's the YouTuber name. There you go. Now that I have my notes in front of me. The white van was noticed on August 27th around 6 p.m., 6 or 6:30 p.m. at the Grand Teton National Park, Spread Creek, dispersed camping area. And then we know that Gabby would be found around that area. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play this. I am going to stop it just to have a conversation with you guys over it. So hold on, let me clear up some stuff on my end. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to move my mic a little bit. Hold on. Okay, let's see. You think he killed all those people? I call BS. Which people? I know you're probably talking about the married couple, but what other person are you talking? I want to see what I call BS says before I play it. Let me see. Yes, justice for Gabby. And I mean, Gabby's family is, I mean, I feel like I would be all over the place, just a mess. They're handling everything with such poise and just, I don't know. I'm just so like amazed by how their behavior is. I think I would be so angry. I'd probably be saying things that I'm like, okay, don't play that. You're talking about the couple? Okay. Is there another case that you're thinking of, or is just the couple? If Gabby if it would have came out that she was shot, I had told my mom, two of my moms, I was like, okay, I'm really gonna be like, man, there might be a link, but again, you would have the one lady that worked at the restaurant that fought at. Next week, I am covering that case, just so you guys know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and push play now.
Hello, thank you all for joining us. I am Dr. Brent Blue, Teton County, Wyoming coroner. After a detailed investigation by our forensic pathologist, our anthropologists, and local law enforcement. With assistance from the FBI, the Teton County Coroner Office is filing the following verdict in the death of Gabrielle Lenora Petito. We hereby find the cause and manner of death to be the cause, death by strangulation, and manner is homicide. By Wyoming state statute, no other information will be released about the autopsy. The only thing that is released in the state of Wyoming is cause and manner of death.
I think they said they can't hear you. Just 1 second.
Should I start over then?
Sure.
Thank you for joining us. Sorry about the audio issue. I'm Dr. Brent Blue, Teton County, Wyoming coroner. After a detailed investigation by our forensic pathologist, our anthropologist, and local law enforcement, with assistance from the FBI, the Teton County Coroner's Office is following the following verdict. In the manner of death of Gabrielle Lenora Petito, we find the cause and manner to be cause, death by strangulation, and manner is homicide. By Wyoming state statute, only the cause and manner of death are released. Their autopsy findings and photographs and that sort of material is not released by state statute. And I'll be glad to entertain some questions at this time.
Hi, Brian. This is Alex with the News and Guide. Could you hear me?
Yes.
I'm curious whether you're able to pinpoint a date of death and when, and if you know whether or when Gabby's remains will be returned to her family.
The remains have been returned to the mortuary here, and the mortuary is dealing with the family at this time as far as the disposition of the remains. As far as the time of death, we are estimating 3 to 4 weeks from the time that the body was found. That is actually determined more by law enforcement folks than than our office.
Chris Vivian, you are able to ask your question.
What's the question? I didn't hear a question.
Chris, I believe that you are muted. If you can unmute yourself.
Okay, it's John Walsh from In Pursuit with John Walsh on Discovery ID. Dr. Blue, thank you for your time. I think everybody in the world believes that Brian Laundrie killed Gabby. With your extensive work on the body, are you sure that it's Brian Laundrie? And will the FBI issue a nationwide homicide warrant now that they know the cause of death?
We are only tasked with the determination of cause and manner of death. Who committed the homicide is up to law enforcement, and I cannot answer the question about the FBI. You would have to contact them.
Jeremy Kopis, you are now allowed to ask your question.
Yes, hello, doctor. If you could please, can you comment on any other bruising, maybe on the body that possibly was healing, possibly older bruises or cuts that might have been healing over the last couple of weeks before her passing?
By Wyoming state statute, no other information about the autopsy is released, just the cause of death.
Hi there, this is Heather Lee, a reporter at ABC Action News in Tampa, Florida. I just wanted to know if you could explain why it took about a month for this process to finish. I think a lot of people were hoping that they would learn this information sooner. So I just think if you could just explain the process and why it took a month.
Well, the main reason was that we were very exacting in our examination and the detail by which that examination was done. We were waiting for various specialists to come in and help us with this investigation. We were waiting on toxicology to be returned, and it was just a matter of making sure we had everything right.
Thank you.
Is there another question?
Brian Enton. I believe you're unmuted right now. Okay.
I do want to say really quick that Brian Enton did come out on his Twitter saying that this was not him. I don't know. I guess somebody was trying to ask these, like, pretend it was him on here, but he was saying that was not me, guys. That was not me. So I just want to put that out there. And I feel like John Walsh's questions were, I'm not sure how I feel about it. When I heard it the first time, I was like, whoa, why is he even asking this man this? Obviously, you know, you don't see the DA, you don't see any law enforcement behind him, the FBI, nobody's behind him. It's just him. One, he's not going to answer any of that. He's probably not even going to know some of those questions. He's there just to look at her body. You know what I'm saying? So the questions by John Walsh, I don't know if he was asking him these questions to see if he slipped up and gave us some more information. I don't know why he was asking those questions, though.
Steve Fabian.
Yes, hi, doctor. How are you? I am curious if any DNA samples were taken from Gabby's remains, and also if the body was intact. Are you able to tell us the condition of Gabby's remains?
I can tell you the DNA samples were taken by law enforcement, and all I can tell you about remains is that the body was outside for 3 to 4 weeks.
And I personally take that answer as her body was not intact. I feel like if it would have been, I think he would have said yes, just a yes to it. But him saying that as his answer tells me it wasn't. Then I go back to, I believe it was the stepfather who said about how her torso, he mentioned something about her torso. And a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, was her body not intact and all this stuff. So I think too, because, you know, where she was found, there are a lot of animals out there. And I think the element, all of that got to it, which is so sad to hear.
Chris Vivian, do you have your hand up?
Was that a question? I didn't hear the question there.
Question. Dr. Blue?
Yes.
It's John Walsh again from In Pursuit with John Walsh. You will probably be the most important witness at the trial. And I asked you before how confident you feel that Brian Laundrie, and you know, they use the semantics. He was a person of interest. I'm old school. He was the only suspect ever. And I just wonder, you're going to be the most important guy at the trial, probably. Do you have any doubts it's Brian Laundrie?
I can't make any comment about any suspects.
Seriously, you guys, do you have any doubts it's Brian Laundrie? Why would you ask him that question? I'm like, what is wrong with John right now? Seriously, you guys?
Because we're not involved in that part of the investigation. We are only involved in the investigation of the body of the deceased. So who committed the homicide is really to be determined by law enforcement.
Right, but I thank you for your hard work. And I always say in so many cases I've been involved in, let the pathologist and the coroner do their work no matter how long it takes. So I think you've probably done a really good job on this case. Thank you for your time.
Hey there, doctor. This is Rochelle Aline with ABC Action News in Tampa. Just a quick question. Can you kind of walk us through the process to how you arrived at this specific manner of death?
In the state of Wyoming, there are 4 possibilities for the manner of death. They are homicide, suicide, accident, and natural. And those are the 4 choices. When we do an investigation, we look at the crime scene or the scene of the death, the scene of the body, the condition of the body, and findings at autopsy and toxicology. And that is how we arrive at the manner of death. So it really depends on lots of different circumstances.
Dr. Stephen Fabian again from Inside Edition. Can you tell us if the body was buried when it was discovered, or if the body was on the surface?
I can't tell you that. That's would be something you'd have to ask the FBI, because we're not allowed to release that information.
Kelly Vaughn. Do you have a question, Kelly Vaughn? We have Brian Enting in the chat who has a question. What's your question, Brian? Was there any impact on her body from weather or wild animals in the national park?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Was there any impact on her body from weather or wild animals in the national park?
All I can really comment about that is that her body was outside in the wilderness for 3 to 4 weeks.
So that's the second time that he's been asked that question, and he answered it just the same. Her body was out there for 3 to 4 weeks. So that tells me again, I think her body wasn't intact. Animals, I do believe animals probably got her, which is again heartbreaking.
KSL assignment, you are unmuted. KSL assignment.
Hello, Dan Rascone here from KSL TV in Salt Lake. Dr. Blue, can you tell us at all whether or not, was it believed that she was murdered there at that location, or is it any indication that her body was drugged there or taken there, or can you give us any indication there?
I can't comment on that. That would be something you'd have to speak with the law enforcement or the FBI.
Matthew Sella. Matthew Sella, do you have a question?
Hey, Dr. Blue. It's actually Jimmy from dailymail.com in New York here. What were the results of the toxicology report? And is there any suggestion that Gabby had any drugs in her system? And if so, what were they?
The results of the toxicology are not public knowledge by Wyoming Institute, so I can't comment about that.
Thank you.
We have a question from the chat. Was Gabby Petito pregnant?
She was not pregnant.
Okay, so I didn't even realize I have my camera off. Sorry. But this is one question that I don't know who you guys watched when this was going on, what channel you guys were watching, but I was watching WFLA. I think that's who it was. Was I watching? Yeah, I was watching them. And before this question was asked, I'm not even kidding. If any of you are watching that live and you were in the chat and you've seen the chat, Every other question was, she's pregnant, she was pregnant, was she pregnant, she's pregnant. And I was like, why is everybody saying that right now? I thought I like missed something like from this briefing or something. And then she says, no, she wasn't pregnant. Does anyone know where that came from? I mean, that chat was going crazy. She was pregnant. She was pregnant. Was she pregnant? Was she pregnant? I mean, where did that start from? Does anybody know? I was like, what? Did I miss something along the way here? Let me see. Something's rotten in both cases beyond even murder. They don't want us looking at the... No, she was not pregnant. No, not pregnant. But I'm not sure why so many people were asking that. Did someone say she was pregnant or something? Was there a rumor going out there? Exactly. They said they saw the... See, I seen that, Nicole. I seen that. But then it was also debunked from people who know the area. And they were saying that was... those were numbers, I think, or something like that. But that was debunked. Okay, so is that where it originally came from? Okay, all right. Because, yeah, because in that chat, you guys, I'm not sure if you guys were watching that chat, but everybody in the chat was just like, is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? And I was like, did I miss something? Did I not hear something? Like, what the actual F? Okay, so it just comes back from that original, I think it was a YouTuber, right? That made that video about the sonogram. Okay. Okay, thanks. Yeah, she's not pregnant. No, she was not pregnant. Ugh. It would have been heartbreaking if she would have been. All right, hold on. Oh, JR says many of us thought because of the Stan music video that she was pregnant. So did I. Okay, thank you for letting me know on that. I was just wondering where that came from. I didn't understand. It was going crazy in that chat. All right. Thank you for letting me know.
Thomas Taupe.
Hi, doctor. My question, did you seek the advice of a forensic entomologist or forensic botanist during the course of your investigation?
The FBI has sent materials to a forensic entomologist.
WPBF 25 News.
Hi, doctor. This is Terry Parker from WPBF in Palm Beach County, Florida. I'm wondering if you said you were very thorough in this autopsy and examination. Could you give us an example of the type of test and analysis you performed?
This autopsy included a whole body CAT scan, a examination by a forensic pathologist, an examination by a forensic anthropologist, and toxicology evaluation. So we pretty much covered all the bases.
Jeremy Kopis.
Yes, doctor, thank you for taking the question again. You mentioned that strangulation is the cause of death. Can you talk about how you came to that conclusion?
I cannot. That is part of the autopsy findings and is not discoverable by Wyoming statute.
Was there any other cause of death that was a possibility in this case?
Well, we look at all causes, all possibilities when we try to determine cause of death, but this is the cause of death that we determined.
I have a question from chat. It is, was the manner of death obvious? Strangulation marks, bones, injured neck.
The man, nothing is obvious in a situation like this. So detailed analysis was used both to determine manner and cause of death. I can't go into details on how we made those decisions.
Kristen Thorne.
Yes, hi, Doctor. Kristen Thorne with WABC in New York. Could you just please repeat about how long you believe the body was out there? Unfortunately, the last time you spoke, we just didn't get a good film shot of you saying that. Would you mind repeating that?
Our initial determination is the body was in the wilderness for 3 to 4 weeks.
Thank you.
Jorge Fitzgibbon? You have to unmute. I believe you're still muted.
Sorry about that. Good afternoon, Dr. Blue. Relating back to the date of death, is there a date listed on the death certificate?
The death certificate has not been completed at this time, and the death certificates of the state of Wyoming allow for approximate dates and variability in those dates. So I doubt, well, there will not be an exact date of death on the death certificate.
Eileen with News 12.
Hi, doctor. This is Eileen LaPalmer from News 12. We sort of asked it a little bit, but is there a way that you can explain how you know that it was strangulation? Sometimes I know that a hyoid bone could be missing. Is that something that you discovered in this case?
I can't comment on that because it would be a finding of the autopsy. And as I stated before, in the state of Wyoming, the autopsy results are not public knowledge.
So then you can't clarify whether it was manual strangulation or with an item, correct?
That's correct.
Michael Ruiz.
Thanks for making time for us, doctor. Was the entire examination conducted at your lab in Jackson, or was Gabby Petito's body shipped to another facility?
The examination was done entirely at our ward in Teton County, Wyoming.
Anna Gregorio.
Gregorio. It's actually Ashley Banfield with News Nation. Doctor, thank you for taking the time today. Can I ask you if from the very beginning of your process, was it obvious that the cause, not the manner, that the cause was strangulation and that you just needed this time to prove it out? Or were you completely unaware from the beginning what the cause of death was for Gabby Petito and had to resolve through a number of puzzle solving manners and other experts to arrive at that final cause determination?
In a situation like this, nothing is obvious. And so the cause of death required investigation.
We have a William Walkie.
Hey there, Dr. Blue. My name is Will. I'm from KHOL Jacksonville Community Radio here in Jackson. You're a small town coroner here in Western Wyoming. This case got so much national attention, as we can see right now. Can you speak on what it was like doing your job with such a big spotlight on you? Thanks.
Well, it was quite the media circus and continues to be. Unfortunately, this is only one of many deaths around the country of people who are involved in domestic violence. And it's unfortunate that these other deaths do not get as much coverage as this one.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I first heard that, I was like, whoa, why would he say that about the domestic violence case? That makes me wonder, and this was a question, I'm not sure if it was asked already, but somebody had asked him, did she show previous bruisings that were healing? Something like that was asked him, and he said he couldn't comment and all that. But I was wondering, did Gabby did she show any signs of bruising, past bruising or anything like that? I don't know. Why would he say that? That was a slip up. I think that was Melissa. I think it was. And it makes me wonder if Gabby possibly had any past bruising healing that showed up. Because when I heard that, I was like, and I remember I went back and I was like, I had to listen to it a couple times. I think he did. I think that was a slip up by him.
I'm assuming that because the deceased was a blogger, that this received more coverage than others. But there are a lot of both men and women who have lost their lives that aren't covered with this kind of media attention.
Francis DeFiore.
Yes, hello. This is Francis DeFiore from the Port Charlotte Sun. I just want to go back to my previous question, although I imagine your response. Is there anything you can tell us about how exactly determined it was a 3 to 4 week period before death?
I can't go into that kind of information at this time.
I understand. Thank you very much.
Why don't we
We
take
have-
one more question then?
We have the Snack Squad.
Hey, this is Andy Mercado from Mercado Media. Could you go over the length of time the autopsy report took? And thank you for your time, Dr. Blue.
Well, the length of time was involved in the sense that we received a report from the investigating and examining forensic pathologist. We had a report done by our anthropologist, and we had toxicology studies that were done in addition to the report from the radiologic studies. So all these came together, and that's what took time for us to complete this investigation.
Hi, doctor. Could you speak to the state of decomposition, and did that at all hinder your investigation?
Yeah, I can't comment on that.
Dr. Blue, would you like to take any more questions?
Unless there's other specific questions that haven't been answered already, why don't we close this? And thank you all very much for your participation. And I can tell you that I will not be answering any other detailed questions about the autopsy. As I said, state statute prevents us from doing that. So contacting me by email and phone is not going to reveal any additional information. But thank you for your time, and I appreciate your interest.
Dr. Blue, I have one more question. Is there a way to determine if this was accidental or deliberate?
You mean in the sense of a homicide?
Yes.
That would be up to law enforcement to make that determination.
Great, thank you.
I thought that was a good question. And pretty much he's saying, you know, you can email him questions, but he's not going to answer any of them. So pretty much don't waste your time. He's not going to answer any more. This is probably the only thing he's going to come out and answer. There is a picture of them kissing. Wait, there is a comment. And just keep in mind too, like I said earlier, according to the Training Institution of Strangulation Prevention, nearly 4 in 5 victims of strangulation are strangled manually with hands. And if you remember from, let me stop sharing that. Do I want to be on camera? I guess for a little bit. You guys are going to get scared. Let me stop sharing that because that's over with right now. Hi guys. Let me see. But let me go to, let's see here. Hold on, guys. I don't want that. Let me move this around. All right, your channel. So I don't look crazy trying to move things around. Did I just close that out? I did. But from the release that Brent Blue put out, let me see, in the matter of the death of Gabrielle Venora Petito, I, Brent Blue, MD, let's see, hereby find the cause and manner of death to be manual strangulation, throttling. And then I did share a description that Plunger had put out, and it said that manual strangulation is common in situations of domestic violence and is regarded by experts as an especially severe form of domestic violence due to its extremely frightening and potentially lethal nature, and an observed correlation between the non-fatal strangulation in domestic violence and future homicide. And again, it can take anywhere, it could take from 10 to 15 seconds for someone to lose consciousness, but it takes from 4 to 5 minutes, depending on weight, for them to lose their life. And it's so upsetting to know that Gabby's, I mean, anything we would have heard, I feel like it would have been upsetting to hear. But knowing that it was strangulation, that's in your face, eye to eye, you know, and it did bring me back to Shanann's case, because Shanann Watts, because again, I just pictured, this is the person that they trusted. This is the person that, you know, they loved, and they're the ones who took her life. So it's just really heartbreaking to hear. Really heartbreaking. Okay, Scott. Scott, you're funny. Because he too believes Brian is guilty and a coward. Who, Delana? Let me see what you say. Sweet Pea, if ever you want to share your story of your nephews and you want to come on here and share it, my platform is always there for you. Hold on, my StreamYard is being slow. I'm trying to see what your comment was. The pink Delilah, you are crazy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my look lately. I need to go live late at night again, where I actually look put together. Definitely. So that's pretty much what I wanted to go over with you. I was going to do an open panel, but I took so much time. It's already going to be 12. You know me, I always end up talking for a good minute. Maybe the next live we cover with Gabby, maybe I'll do an open panel. You guys can come up and discuss it with me. I'm not sure how you guys would feel about that. If you guys, here, I'll put my camera on for a little bit. If you guys want to, my hair just got, ugh. If you guys want to come on here, let me know what you guys think about that. Do you guys want to come on panel? I mean, I would totally be down to do an open panel and have you guys, like, you know, say what's on your mind and discuss that. Let me know though if you guys would be down for that. If not, then no, because I feel like creators always do this. They always say, okay, I'm gonna have an open panel, and then no one wants to come on. And then the creator's like just sitting there. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. Tomorrow I am going live, and I will be discussing Sheridan Wall case. I just dropped a video today on it. Tomorrow we're going to go live and have a discussion. I want to go through the timeline of it all. I was going to make a video on it, but I thought, why not just go live with it? It'd be easier for me. And we can go through the timeline, look at the map of point A to point B. That case is seriously, I don't understand it. And I'm waiting for the autopsy to come back, because they did the preliminary autopsy and it came back inconclusive, which I don't even know what that means. Amber, if you're here, I don't know what that means either. So they're waiting to get back all the results from it all. So that tells me, it makes me believe that possibly she doesn't show any signs of any obvious trauma, which I don't know. That case just bugs me. It bugs me, and there's no coverage of it out there. So hopefully you guys, you know, watch it and are here tomorrow. But not only that, there's only one Facebook group for that. I am shocked. I've never covered a case where there's only one Facebook group. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, whoa, really? And there's like 500 people in there. So definitely going to cover that one tomorrow. I want to go live and go over it. We'll look at the missing persons report, and we'll also go through the incident report. Is that my hair? Yeah, we'll go through all of that. Ugh, I don't know what's going on with me lately. Gosh, I can't even get it together to go on camera. So mods, if you guys could be here with me tomorrow, I'm thinking same time around 10:30, 11. I'm thinking going live with that one. I also seen that her friend, she said she's her friend. She commented on a post on the community page. I'm going to reach out to her to see the photo. I recognize the photo immediately when I seen it. So I think I'm going to reach out to her and see if she would like to come on and be a guest and, maybe answer some questions with that one, because I have so many questions, not sure what she could tell us, but that case is just, it's got me. Oh, hey, Sandy, I'm actually wrapping it up, love. Yeah, strangulation is very, I don't understand how it could be so, when they say it's intimate, but I get what they mean, because it's like up and close in your face. And that's more disturbing, learning that that's how her life ended. Because if, again, Brian did it, then that's, yeah. Maybe one day Valerie will come on panel. I'm still trying to get her to come on panel with me and discuss these cases. All right, guys. So that's what I got for you today. Just wanted to go do a little live just to go over the autopsy briefing that was given to us yesterday with Gabby Petito. We learned that she was strangled to death. And again, Brian hasn't been charged with anything. Still just the credit card fraud. And then his lawyer put, another thing I want to say, the lawyer putting out that statement yesterday while the briefing was going on, I feel like that was done in part class. I'm sorry. What was the point of doing that while this was going on? Like, I just thought that was ridiculous. Oh, Valerie, stop it. Oh, stop it, Valerie. Oh, hold on. Let me share something. Let me share something with you guys. I don't know. I'm going to share this. Hold on. We'll wrap it up with this. It might make you angry and it might make you laugh, but for me, it did make me laugh. It made me question a lot of things, and I told my mods, I told Sky, I think, Sky, if I ever talk about this, Jesus, shoot me, and I'm gonna talk about it. Hold on, let me pull it up. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna grab it. All right. So this was going on today. Let me share my screen with you. Hold on. This was going on today. I always go on Twitter. I'll go on the news and then I'll go on Twitter to see any updates with the case. And this was the first thing I seen in the morning. Let me play this. And this is the
Do you think you'll do any interviews at some point, sir? How do you feel to know that Gabby died of strangulation in the wilderness of Wyoming? You used to live with me. How does that make you feel? Does it bother you that Gabby was strangled? Was your son involved in strangling Gabby? Is there anything you want to say to the Petito family?
So yeah, I thought I would end it with that, you guys. I don't know what that was the first thing I seen in the morning. I was like, what is going on here? I don't know. I just thought it was okay. I get you're doing your yard. I get it, whatever. But I just thought, I don't know, doing this the next day after we learn cause of death was just, I don't know if this is a statement by him or what the hell's going on, but I don't know. I just thought it was hilarious seeing this going on. Like, he just looks so mad out there mowing his lawn. He should be mad at his son for putting him in this situation, if you ask me, but you know, Delana, it doesn't surprise me. All right, guys. So that's all I got for you today. Tomorrow I'll be live. Did I see Sweet Pea? Is it your birthday tomorrow? Did I see that? Did I just want to see really quick. Sweet Pea, is it your birthday? Delana, yeah, his statement is he's dirty. Okay. If it is tomorrow, I will be live, so I'm excited for it now. So yeah, so tomorrow going live over Sheridan Wall case. And again, thank you guys for being here with me. I personally do not feel mowing the lawn has anything to do with anything. Yeah, I don't know. I just think I woke up to this and I thought it was hilarious. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought it was hilarious to see him just out there mowing the lawn. I just thought, why out of all days the next day after we learned the autopsy report? But again, that's just me. So tomorrow, Sweet Pea's birthday. Having a birthday bash for you, and then we'll talk that case, and I will talk to you guys all then. Have a great, what is today, Wednesday? Have a good Wednesday. I'll keep you guys updated with the case that I am following. Also, I want to do next week a case update with the Michael Vaughn case. He's a little 5-year-old who went missing from his neighborhood, still has not been found, and someone had asked me about the babysitter's age in one of the lives I did, and I did ask her. I felt silly asking her, but 47, I believe she said. So she's 47. But I do want to do an update with that one, and also with the Summer Wiles case. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Summer Wiles. Unfortunately, she hasn't been found, nothing like that. But Don did an interview with Channel 8, I believe it is. He also did the behavior panel one, and then now we're hearing they're going on Dr. Phil. So a couple of things with that one I want to go over with you guys. So next week for sure I want to do like a case update because there's quite a few things going on. Also, Aiden Fuji has court the end of this month. I think it's the 28th or 29th. Don't quote me. Him and his mom have court. Wasted Wednesday. And I do want to go live with that one for sure. I'm wondering if he'll be on camera again, looking crazy. So we'll see with that. So a lot going on with the different cases I'm covering right now. So I feel like I have my hands full. Why hasn't anyone covered the black guy whose organs are missing? Okay, were his organs missing or not? That's something I sent to Amanda, had covered that, I believe. And I had sent her that. So there's different information going out with that. So, okay, so have a great day. No, you guys have a great day. You guys stay strong, and I will talk to you guys all tomorrow. So stay blessed, and I'll talk to you then. Bye, Felicias.